Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, February 3rd, 2025. My name is Sam Shalhoub, and it's time for your daily dispatch. First up, according to Mila Joy on X, the Department of Justice has just ended their lawsuit against Virginia for removing illegal aliens from the voter rolls. This means that all 50 states now can remove illegals from their voter rolls. Interesting timing. Over the weekend, Senator Chuck Schumer is now officially under investigation by the Department of Justice for making threats against conservative U.S. Supreme Court justices. As I said last week, it looks like we're moving into the justice phase. Elon Musk over the weekend tweeted that the Doge team discovered, among other things, that payment approval officers at the Treasury were instructed always to approve payments, even to known fraudulent or terrorist groups. They literally never denied a payment in their entire career. Also over the weekend, President Trump ordered a precision military airstrike on the senior ISIS attack planner and other terrorists led in Somalia. He went on to explain more of what he did, but the fact is, he's showing strength, and now the world knows it. If you'll remember, at the National Day of Prayer, there was a bishop, and I use that term loosely, who was very critical and, in my opinion, abrasive towards President Trump. Well, that bishop's name was Marianne Budd, and her ministry is called Episcopal Migration Ministries, EMM. Well, guess what? They collected $53 million from government programs in 2023 for, quote, immigrant resettlement. Gee, I wonder why she had such harsh words for President Trump. And I'm being facetious, of course. Over the weekend, Robbie Starbuck on X posted that the highest-ranking Treasury official, David A. Lebrecht, is resigning rather than complying with a request from Doge for access to audit where they've spent trillions of dollars a year. Why would a career bureaucrat fear an audit? Well, I think we all know that answer. So, as we know, President Trump over the weekend instituted tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China. Canada and Mexico 25% each, and China 10%. Well, there's a lot more to that story that most people haven't heard. 77% of Canada's exports come here to the U.S. 84% of Mexico's exports come here to the U.S. And then President Trump followed that up with saying that Canada should become our cherished 51st state. Much lower taxes, far better military protection, and for the people of Canada, no tariffs. Now, there's a lot more to that story, and I won't get into all the details, but suffice it to say, they're shaking in their boots. And then according to Zero Hedge over the weekend, it's like a switch was flipped. Border encounters under President Trump dropped 94%. And then as a consequence or a result of these tariffs, the Mexican peso and the Canadian dollar crashed following these new tariffs. Now, I watched the Chinese stock market last night as well as the Japanese stock market. Both went down significantly. Are we going to see that today in our stock market? Well, it's hard to say at this point, but it sure looks that way to me. And then lastly, today, hundreds of protesters marched in the streets here in California and in Dallas, Texas. In fact, here in California, the 101 freeway, which is a major thoroughfare here in Los Angeles, was completely shut down in both directions. Now, they're protesting the deportations that President Trump has implemented in Tom Holman. Well, I don't know how this is going to play out, but as I always caution everyone, keep your head on a swivel. We don't know what's going to take place. I believe that anything significant will be dealt with quickly and cleanly. But again, it's always best to make sure that you have your head on a swivel and be aware of your surroundings. And now, it's time for our health and wellness portion of the news. Again, this is not medical advice. These are just opinions. And this comes again from Dr. Neil, Dr. Julian Neil. And if you're on TikTok, go over to Neil Naturopathic. Give him a follow. We're trying to get him up to 1,000 followers so we can go live with him. So we've been talking about detox. And he said, given the complex and interconnected nature of the body's detoxification systems, there are no shortcuts or quick fixes when it comes to detoxing. The best way to support your body's natural detoxification process is maintaining these 7 things. Eat enough, move and sweat, prioritize sleep, ensure regular bowel movements, support lymphatic health, reduce toxin exposure, and manage stress. Words of wisdom from Dr. Neil. So that's all we have for today. If you'd like to support this channel, go to samshalhoub.com. There's multiple ways to do it. Or go to mypillow.com/Sam. And in the meantime, I hope that you have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.